I'm Lindsay, and I want to tell you about my pelvis and how it was resolved. Back in December 2013, pelvic girdle pain started during my second pregnancy at 3 months pregnant, and then just got worse and worse till the end of the pregnancy, when our beautiful baby girl was born in June 2014, and there was a separation, so pubis diastasis of the posterior ligament, and so that's tearing of the ligament that holds part of the pubic bones together. So that's very much the foundation of our bodies, is our pelvis, and everything else comes off that. So this resulted in bone spurs and thickening of the connective tissue. It was unresolved for a long time, and a year and a bit later I had an MRI scan which showed the bone spurs and the thickening. The result for this, in a practical basis, our reality was that I couldn't walk very well. I couldn't pick up my 2 children at the time, so this lasted for a year and a half. So I no longer had a baby and a toddler. I had a little boy and a toddler, and I couldn't really look after them very well, so I had to have someone help me to look after them. I used frankincense to stay off antidepressants, so it affected us a lot emotionally, and had a huge impact on all of our family relationships. I could see the impact on the behaviour for my son and daughter. I saw I saw several physios, a pain management consultant who told me I needed to find distractions from the pain, various alternative therapists, so where there was small improvements, and I was always hopeful, but unfortunately it was long-term improvements. So after keeping on waiting for it to get better over time, and always thinking it will get better, in January 2016, we got as a family quite desperate and decided to try the steroid injection route, which was recommended by the pain management consultant. This had quite awful results. I ended up not really being able to walk at all for a little while, and then realised that this seemed to be fairly permanent. This was now our family dynamic, and in March we thought we needed to come up with something that was going to allow us to go to the park or go for walks as a family, because we weren't doing that anymore, because I just couldn't do it. So we got a wheelchair, and so before then I would only go to shops that had a wheelchair, so that I could have my almost 2-year-old daughter on my lap. My son would get things off the shelf for us while I wheeled us around, or my husband pushed us. I don't tell you this for sympathy or as a sob story. I just want you to know quite how low and how bad it got. 1 second. And what the impact of what was happening was. About 2 years after my daughter was born, I met one of the founders of doTERRA. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet him in my wheelchair, which I really didn't like at the time. And he went through and gave me a protocol for using supplements and oils internally and topically. And the result was just astounding. I even underestimated what impact they could have. But it was absolutely astounding. Within about a week I could feel the difference. I could walk for longer, and over the course of the next few months it was just incredible. I could go on the trampoline with my son, and he noticed it, and that was one of the most significant, of course, floods of tears afterwards for me, but it was one of the most significant things was the impact it had on our children, and I was so happy that we'd kind of come out of that moment. It also meant that we were able to consider having another baby. We had always wanted to have 3 children, and I know that we were very, very blessed and fortunate to have 2, but I always felt there was a little something missing, and thanks to the oils and the supplements that I took, we were able to start thinking about it. And he's wanting to say hello. So here is our little miracle baby that would not have been here had it not been for these protocols. And really the reason I want to share this is is that people need to know that there is a solution, that when you're told that this is just how things are going to be, there is another way. And I want to give some mums back to their families, because that really is how it felt, that I was kind of gone for a while. A little bit kind of a black and white version of myself. So feel so blessed and so grateful to be able to have had our little miracle baby and our 2 other healthy children as well. And I know that this is very much thanks to the blessing of having these doTERRA oils and products. So go doTERRA.